Maya from the Worldwide Good News, and today I will be interviewing Dr. Fredrick Luskin of Stanford University. He has written the book Forgive for Good, and along with other amazing books. His website, Learning to Forgive, is quite an amazing website to go and investigate how we can perpetuate forgiveness. He's also the director of the Stanford Forgiveness Projects, an ongoing workshop, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what he does. And here we go.
The healing process of forgiveness is because the misery-making process of people hurting each other. And, when I was first hurt a long time ago, and I had no idea how to forgive, and that led to me creating the Forgiveness Project, I was miserable. I just remember feeling like abandoned, lost, confused, scared, and yucky. And all of the stuff that I tried, all the getting mad at the person who did it, and all the revenge, and all the pain of it, and then the inability to figure out how to keep myself intact was pretty strong. And then when I started doing research on this, it became obvious to me that that this was something that people needed to be taught how to do. Mm-hmm. And so what came to me was take it out of the religious domain, take it out of belonging to Jesus or something like that, and just make it a teachable skill.
And you do a lot of workshops. You've written several books. There's an audiobook on your website. When you go to learningtoforgive.com, there's also 9 steps of forgiveness. And you've done a lot of work with people from Northern Ireland, with people from Sierra Leone, around people learning to forgive around the World Trade Center, the 9/11 horrific acts. How did you actually work with these people? What is some of the work that they've done with them?
The hard part, honestly, is when you're in a room with people who have had family members murdered or something because somebody hated them, not to become reactive oneself. Not to just say, we got to do something, and not to be overwhelmed by the misery in the room. Yeah. It's a significant human test to sit with that much pain and at some level that much undeserved suffering and not want to shake the world. So working on myself, and you have to keep that kind of work limited. You can only do so much. Otherwise your brain fries. Mm-hmm. That said, you can go in there and treat this pain as not entirely different than other pain. And that's what can be of help to people. So just to give you an example, I'm not equating having your son murdered and not getting a date. Mm-hmm. But if you look at what happens when you don't get the date and you don't get your son, there's a similar reaction, even though the intensity is different. And what we try to do is teach people that the reaction can be adjusted.
And this is for our viewers who are seeing this, really going to your website, reading about it, and then really starting the practice, starting to read how to change from within on a daily, almost ritual of what am I doing today to change towards peace, towards forgiveness.
When you're dealing with the normal things, what people don't understand is if they practice making enemies all day long of their coworkers, of people in traffic, of people they disagree with politically, that when somebody lies to them, that habit of making an enemy is so quick that they don't realize there's even an alternative. Mm-hmm. And so it's that practice that we all do with how harsh we are. We found 5 very simple practices that help people forgive, and this is the message that we've been trying to put out. 1, anybody can manage their stress when they get upset. So if you get upset at somebody, you want to calm your body down. Anybody can do that. 2, you can tell a story that has less victim language. Anybody can do that. These are so simple. 3, you can be more positive about your life. Like, this has nothing to do with any specific thing, but you can be more grateful and appreciative. So these are just foundational things that if anybody does them, they become more forgiving. And then we have taught like very simple strategies for like talking oneself out of thinking one's the center of life is ruined. So there's a cognitive strategies, and then there are also some very simple understandings about forgiveness. Again, that it's not about like letting somebody off the hook. It's about letting yourself have a life.
Yes.
And so these are so simple that when people see, wait a second, I don't have to like jump to the moon or turn myself into a pretzel or anything like that, that I can feel better. That's our intention.
This was Maya from the Worldwide Good News.